Welcome back to Farnham's Auto. Here we got today old Chevrolet. Old Chevrolet. It's a 97 Chevrolet 5.7 350. We're going to be installing this new water pump from my buddy Jet. There's his homemade gasket. I taught him through how to make that. He has some gasket paper to make the gasket, and he failed when he installed. So therefore, we're going to install a new gasket, put the water pump on, help him out. He tried to put the water pump on twice yesterday evening, and with the original gasket that he bought with the water pump, somehow, some reason, he ripped the gasket up, and he did the same to the other gasket that he made. So he got 4 gaskets for the water pump this morning, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna only need just the 2 on each, the one on each side to put on. Just trying to help a friend out so he can start driving his Vortec again, because he don't like driving his Tahoe to work. Sorry about yesterday. Wish I had somebody with me when I did the burnout. My truck trouble. But yeah, I drove the truck that I put the cam in all the way here to Leland from Southport, and as far as I know, everything's still going good. Got some good oil pressure. It's not overheating. And yeah, buddy, it does got some juice to it now. All I got to do is do the fine tuning with this cam that I got put in here now, and get the timing set right, and should be just fine. I mean, you got to get her right. Enough said about my truck trouble. We'll be working on here on this vortec. We're gonna get this water pump on. All right. First things first. It looks like he still got some gasket on the engine block on the passenger side, and a little bit on the driver's side. So we're going to take the time and get that surface cleaned up a little bit. And as what I could feel, the surface on the water pump, it's clean. I don't see nothing on it. So I'm going to try to get my little gasket scraper finagled into it for the engine block and get all that stuff taken off. Well, here's my gasket scraper. We're going to try to get down here, scrape some of this here gasket off. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is what I love to do. I love working on engines, man. if anybody's down where I'm at, Southport, North Carolina, and y'all happen to be watching my videos, if y'all need a hand, y'all can go to AutoZone here off of 211 Southport Supply Road, and I got business cards there. They'd be more than glad to tell y'all that I'll work on y'all's vehicles. Alright, we got the passenger side on the engine block cleaned up for the water pump. Now we're going to the driver's side. We're going to scrape this gasket here, what's left on here, off. Got just a little bit more. Seems good to me. Well, we are ready to start putting some gaskets on the engine block for the water pump. And I don't know how y'all were told how to do it, but I was told to put the gaskets on the engine block, not on the water pump, and I think that's what he was doing wrong, and him not being able to hold the water pump correctly to get the bolt fed through the housing of the water pump to bolt it up. Here's our gaskets for the water pump. 51, 52. We're going to go on ahead and open these bad boys up. Alright, now we're going to take our gasket maker, which it says water pump and thermostat housing gasket maker 22071. Alright. We're going to dab some on our fingers so we know we got it on the engine block part for the water pump. We're going to, first we're going to wipe it off. We're going to wipe it off. First we're going to take this rag, we're going to wipe that surface made off of it. And do the driver's side. Go ahead and just get that out, done and out the way. Alright, now that being done, we'll take our gasket maker. We're going to spread it up around here. Now we're going to put some here on the driver's side. And I do believe that we'll be good to go ahead and start putting this gasket on. Alright. Because it's got the two holes on the passenger side, we're going to put the gasket down on just like that. Alright, got the passenger side on. Now I think we're ready to install the driver. I'm just putting a little dab more gasket maker on the gasket itself, so it will do a double time tape to stick on the engine block, because we're dealing with coolant and it is very hard to get the gasket maker itself to stay on where you smear it at. So we're just basically going to do the same thing. It don't matter because the driver's side doesn't have the third hole that's on the engine block. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to reach down here. We're going to make that gasket on here on the engine block surface. Alright. And we're just going to let it do its thing and get a little bit more tacky to itself, so we're not in no big particular tight rush to get it slapped on there, because we want to make sure that them gaskets kind of seat to the gasket maker on the engine block when we go to install the water pump and, you know, start bolting it down, so we know for sure that it done a good job of somewhat curing. But for the time being, I'm gonna stop the video so it's not wasting time. Alright. Well, I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and try to install the water pump now. Done check the gaskets, check the clearance so that each thread of the hole on the engine block, make sure the gaskets are cleared and lined up correctly. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use this long all thread. I thought I had my 1/4 inch extension that's about that long, but I don't. I left it at the house. We're gonna stick on the other side to keep everything somewhat lined up. Alright. He left the clutch fan on the water pump. So it's gonna be a little difficulty trying to get this thing lifted and mounted up. So we're gonna do the best that we can to prevent what he's done. And he's left the lower radiator hose on, but that's besides the point. Because we're going to take that bad boy off real quick so it don't mess us up. We're going to get us a flathead screwdriver. I'll reach down here at the bottom radiator hose to the actual water pump, and we're just going to back it off so we can slide the hose off. So we are not fighting against the lower radiator hose to the water pump. I kind of think that's what his issue was him leaving the radiator hose attached to the water pump. You can't do that, you guys. You got to take that lower radiator hose off the water pump, because you will mess your gaskets up and misalign the holes to the engine block for you to be able to mate the surface up correctly with the bolts. So future reference, y'all guys, make sure you take that radiator hose off. I'll give y'all a little peek where I'm at. This is what I'm at. This is where I'm at doing right here. Just trying to make sure y'all able to see. Alright. I could deal with the fan still being on, but literally with the radiator hose still attached to the pump, that's not going to fly. Alright, I'm just dropping my socket. And I believe I had dropped the stupid, nope, just my socket. Alright, here we go, fellas. The installment of the water pump. Here we go. I'm telling y'all need to learn how to stand up on y'all's feet. I can't keep picking y'all up every time y'all fall. We're gonna see if we can't get us a little view shot on the side here, because I guess where I'm at, trying to do all of it, I'm in the way, knocking y'all over, knocking y'all off y'all feet. Alright, one more again. Here we go, here we go. Alright, we got the guide pin in. And we just about got the left side lined up. I'm not worried about the right side right now. Go ahead and push in that bolt. And get our socket, which is 14 millimeter, you guys, if y'all don't know. Alright, we got the top left bolt threaded. And now we're going to go down on the passenger's right bottom. Installing them in an angle from each other. And we're going to lift the front of the water pump up. Okay. Let's see what we got. See what we got. Alright, we got that started. Now we're going to install the left bottom. Right. I'm gonna stop the video just to get me an extension, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got us two little extensions. We're gonna hook it up to our 14 deep well. We're gonna put it down here on the bottom one that we just put on. And we're gonna slightly pick up on it just to make sure that we're getting the threads caught correctly. Yep. And we're gonna hand tighten that to get this side butted just right. Alright. Now we get our fourth water pump bolt. Go ahead and stick it on the socket. And we're going to take that guide bolt out. We no longer need that because we got 3 in. We're going to put it in. And pick back up on the front of the water pump. we're going to run it down by hand. Well, now we're going to go up under that one and do that one by hand. Alright, go to the driver. And do that one by hand on the upper one, because we already did the bottom driver. Alright. Now we're going to take one of the extensions off, and we're going to put this bad boy on this DeWalt 3/8. Make sure you got it in the right direction. Alright, you got the top right one done. Get this top left one right. Alright, we got that one did. We'll go up under that one. The driver bottom. Alright, we got that one. Go to the bottom right. Now, we're going to take our ratchet and connect it to the extension with the 14 deep well, and we're going to tighten the rest of it by hand. Starting with the driver top. That seems pretty good and tight. Go to the bottom one. That seems nice and tight. And go to the top right. That's nice and tight. The right bottom. She's nice and tight. Alright, now we're going to reinstall the lower radiator hose to the water pump and get that secured back on there before we start putting coolant inside the radiator. And we're going to tighten the clamp down. I wish I had my 8mm. I'm gonna go and get one of his 8mm, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Got us an 8mm ratchet. I'll socket 1/4. I'm just gonna sit here and tighten this clamp down on the rat hose to the water pump. Alright, we're getting there, tied it down. I wanted to slide the clamp up just a little bit more. Now we're sinking her down, tighten it. I think that should be good. And now these hoses here is from the water pump to the firewall for the heater. Get me a pair of pliers and I'll be right back. Alright, those are the only ones that I can find. They're not pliers, they're vise grippers. We're going to get these squeeze clamps in their position where they belong. Get that one on, it's good. Alright, we got that one in place. Hey, she started me talking to YouTube. Alright, now we're going to take our 3/8 drive ratchet and put it on the tensioner. When you get it set, you would want to pull towards the battery on the passenger side of the engine, the tensioner. All right, now we're going to install the serpentine belt. And there is only one way that you can put a serpentine belt on a Chevrolet, and y'all about to find out how. You put it on the crank pulley. The smooth side goes on the water pump. Then you snake it down to the power steering. Over the AC. You gotta get the wrench out of the way first. And we'll rest it right there on the alternator and put a wrench back and butt it up against the alternator and the pulley so to hold the belt on. Excuse me. And then we install his island pulley. So I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to try to use my finger. You'll loop it this way under the crank and use that same side. When you loop it, it goes over water pump and goes down to the power steering, the AC, and then it'll dip down on the smooth side of the serpentine on the island pulley and snakes back up on the alternator, and you detension your tensioner and she tightens up. Y'all see it when I do it. Then how we already got it here ready to, just gonna bend her down just like so and get it on there. Then you release your tension after you get your belt completely on the tensioner pulley. And just because I got to finish tightening that. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty slick. Glad I wasn't doing nothing right at the moment. Alright, that's loose enough. But yeah, we're going to tighten the idling pulley down. So when we release the tension on the tensioner pulley, it's not messing it up. Alright. we're going to use a 13mm socket to tighten the idling pulley down. And just get it tight, and she'll be right. And there she goes. And before you start it up, you want to make sure you got your belt installed, that it's in the grooves and where the belt's been ridden out. Make sure it's tight. She's good. She's right. So now we should be, yep. We should be ready to go ahead and start putting some antifreeze into the radiator. Slow pours so it don't splash all over the place. Alright, it's already took 1 gallon of antifreeze. We're going to put some more in. We got us 3 gallons of antifreeze Jet got from where he works at, AutoZone. And we're going to pour this second jug in. Alright, let that simmer down some. And he bought some of this stuff. Says it helps cool his engine down by 20 degrees. First time ever hearing about this stuff. So we're going to go ahead and pour some of that bad boy up in here. I don't see nothing leaking on the other side of the water pump mating surface. So I do believe that we might be in a clear. I'm going to give the upper radiator hose a little squeeze to bleed out some of them bubbles. Alright. double check again, make sure the surface made the water pump is not leaking, which I don't see nothing running down or dripping. So up next on this step, we're going to fire it up, and that'll give us another idea if the problem is fixed. I don't see nothing leaking. So I think we're in the clear. We'll go ahead and shut her down, and we can install the upper fan shroud, and we good. Get a little bit more coolant in here. That has starting to circulate. I'm gonna do a little comparison on his exhaust setup compared to mine. The only thing he's done is got, I'm not sure what series of a Flowmaster he's got, but he's got a pretty big clapper right there. That's the exhaust tip. But I do know he's got some kind of Flowmaster. So like I said, all I'm going to do is just do a comparison on how his is sound and mine, and see what y'all think about having mine hooked up with some Flowmasters with my headers that I got. And just to let you know, Jet, this is his truck anyway, he's got regular factory exhaust manifolds. Mine's got headers. It's got a new performance cam put in it. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. I think it sounds good. It's a 5.7 350. It's literally got regular exhaust manifold. There's the driver's side right there for the proof. I think it sounds pretty daggone good. We're going to double check the coolant because the thermostat has opened up. Yep. So we're going to pour a little bit more coolant in. With the second gallon still. And we're going to fill his reservoir up because it is empty. We got about a good half gallon of coolant in the reservoir for him. I believe we're good to go to put the radiator cap on. Get some of these tools out the way. I still don't see no leak, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down to install the upper radiator shroud with a fan shroud. Alright, now we got the water pump job done. It's good, it's not leaking, and we're good to go. So I'm going to head back to Southport where AutoZone is, where I'm at, or where I'm located from. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire mine up. And see what y'all think about mine. But I'm going to set my phone back a little further away from where his was. So y'all let me know in the comments or whatever what y'all think about my exhaust and my application that I got on mine, the headers and everything. If I need to put some Flowmasters and whatnot just like he's got on his, which his is his factory exhaust manifold. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching Barnum's Auto, and we'll be back at it again.